In the minds of Academy voters, these movies were worthy of winning Oscars for Best Picture, but that doesn't mean they're without continuity errors, inaccuracies, and other goofs. Gladiator is supposed to be set in 180 AD, but one scene suggests otherwise. During the Battle of Carthage, a chariot tips over to reveal a gas cylinder attached at the bottom. Looks like the chariot wasn't run by horsepower after all. Forrest Gump won 6 Oscars, including Best Film Editing. The scene where Forrest jumps off his boat to see Lieutenant Dan, however, must have slipped through the cracks. Even though the boat is abandoned, it completely changes direction before crashing into a dock.
It's my boat. No, sir.
The Godfather has a number of violent scenes, including one with a major blunder. When Sonny is shot to death at a toll booth, his car's windshield shatters in the process. Yet at the end of the sequence, the windshield appears to be mostly intact. Schindler's List accidentally shows the same scene from 2 different angles. As Schindler cries outside the factory, 2 women come from the left to comfort him. In the next shot, they disappear, only to reappear seconds later the same way as before. With a film as long as Gone with the Wind, oversights are bound to happen. When Scarlett is attacked on the bridge, her carriage almost falls backward, and she faints. In a later shot of the carriage, however, the wheels that were previously hanging off the edge are suddenly back on the bridge. The Sound of Music may have saved 20th Century Fox from bankruptcy, but it isn't free of error. Before singing Edelweiss, Captain Von Trapp reaches for a glass, but in the next shot he's holding a bottle. Then, he suddenly goes from holding the glass in his right hand and pointing with his left to doing the exact opposite.
Regional Max. My children do not sing in public.
Well, you can't blame me for trying.
No.
Rocky came down to the final fight between Rocky and Apollo Creed. Both boxers sustain injuries, but just before round 13, Rocky's face appears unharmed, even though previously it was bloodied and bruised. Fake weapons were probably used in Braveheart as a safety precaution, but they aren't very convincing when used in the film's last battle scene. As the Scots are charging the field, you can see a rubber axe noticeably flapping back and forth.
In the year of our Lord, 1314, patriots of Scotland, starving and outnumbered, charged the fields of Bannockburn.
The epic conclusion of the Lord of the Rings trilogy remains thrilling and engrossing despite a few continuity errors. In the pivotal scene between Éowyn and the Witch King, pay attention to her helmet. A chin strap is visible when she fights, but then disappears when she removes the helmet.
No man can kill me. Die now.
I am no man.
These Best Picture blunders prove that even award-winning films have mistakes that, in some cases, can be overlooked.